Hi, welcome to Spiritual Dessert Trews for Russell Brand and other people, episode 40. We're reading from the Story of a Soul with St. Teresa, and it's her autobiography, and we're still in early childhood, which I think we got to the part where she, pretty much begs for forgiveness and cries all the time. It's a sweethearted kid. Yeah, it's tough. She lost her mom early in life, and she also ended up losing both sisters that were kind of the older sisters who were adoptive mom. Because, there's four sisters, but they went to become nuns, so they disappeared and left her behind. So sad. But she said, I was very proud of my two big sisters, but you seem far away. So I used to dream of you from morning till night. When I was just beginning to talk, Mother used to ask me, what are you thinking about? And my answer was always the same. Pauline, is her sister. Sometimes I heard it said that you were going to be a nun. And without quite knowing what that meant, I said to myself, then I shall be a nun too. That is one of the first things I can remember. I can't be a nun. But no. Like my body. Way too much. That is one of the first things that I can remember, and I hadn't changed my mind. So it was your example which drew me. Darling Leonie had a big place in my heart too. That's the other sister. And she loved me. When she came home from school in the evening, she used to take care of me while everyone else went for a walk. Even now I can almost hear the little songs that she used to sing so sweetly to lull me to sleep. I can remember her first communion very clearly, and I can remember her companion too. Oh, she was poor, and following the custom of the well-to-do families, Mother had dressed her. Oh, this child did not leave. That's another nice thing. Like, why wouldn't we just take some families in and clothe them if they needed clothing? At the grand dinner. In the evening, she was given the place of honor. I was too young to stay up, unfortunately, but I was not left out of the feast altogether. For Father, out of the goodness of his heart, came up to me during the dessert to bring his little queen a piece. Of the first communion cake. Last of all, I must tell you about Celine, who shared my childhood. I have so many memories of her that I do not know which to choose first. We both understood each other perfectly, but I was more lively and much less naive than she was. Accusing your older sister of being naive. That's funny. Just funny saying. Here is a letter which I will remind you how good Celine was. When I was about 3 and Celine 6.5. Celine seems to be quite... this is what Mom wrote. Celine seems to be quite naturally good. But as far as the other little monkey... that was talking about St. Teresa. I don't know what is to become of her. She's such a little madcap. She's intelligent enough, but not nearly so docile as her sister. When she says no, nothing can make her change. And she can be terribly obstinate. This is that part I was telling you about. Saints have to be like a little stubborn. You could keep her down in the cellar all day. That's not cool. Without getting a yes out of her, she would rather sleep there. Wow, her mom wrote that. It's pretty wild. They were abusive back then. In the 1800s, they would do some crazy, crazy things. I had one. They used to bleed people anyway. That's just insane. Who would put a leech on them? Ew. I had one fault Mother does not mention in her letters. Oh my gosh, the mother didn't write about one of the faults. She's going to fill in the blanks here in this book. I was very proud, and here, are two examples of it. She thought her pride was a sin. One day, wishing to see how far my pride would take me, she said to me laughingly, if you'll kiss the ground, Terese, I will give you a halfpenny. It's working. Sleepy. Night, night. Should we continue reading? That's me glancing at the time. Not in midsection. This clock is put in the wrong place. I was very proud. Okay, here it goes. A halfpenny was a fortune to me in those days, and I did not have to stoop far to get it. It was so small, the ground was quite near, and all the same, my pride was up in arms, and drawing myself up to my full height. Oops. Be careful. I replied, "No, Mother, I'd rather go without the halfpenny." The other time was when we were going to visit some friends in the country, and Mother told Marie to put on my nicest dress, but not to let me have my arms bare. Oh, my arms are bare. Very bare. Oh my gosh. I did not say a word and tried to seem indifferent about it as I should have been at that age, but inwardly I kept saying to myself, why? Why should I look? I should look so much prettier if I had my arms bare. If you knew. Huh. With tendency like those, had I not been brought up by such wonderful parents, I'm sure my parents were wonderful. I'm quite sure nakedness isn't a problem. I'm quite sure, unless it's outside, and then you get arrested. No matter how much you look like a flower. Oh my goodness. All right, so here it goes. She was saying that she would have gone from bad to worse and probably end up losing her soul. I had a love for virtue, but I was proud too. And so I only had to be told once, you mustn't do that, and I never wanted to do it again. I am glad to see from Mother's letters that I became more of a consolation to her as I grew older. And that's kind of interesting. She didn't stay that stubborn. She had a sense of obedience too. So I guess, I don't know, you have to have a bit of discipline for yourself, and I guess know when to break the rules that they're not good for your soul. That's the deal. All right, so this is how she wrote it in 1876. Even Terese wants to start making sacrifices now. Marie has given each of the little ones a chaplet on which they can count their good deeds. They have real spiritual conferences together. It's most amusing, Celine asked the other day. How can I get God? Oh, how can God get into such a little host? It's not surprising since our Lord is almighty. What does almighty mean? He means he can do whatever he wants. Yes, that's that omnipotent thing. But the most charming thing of all is to see Terese slip her little hand into her pocket time and again and move a bead along as she makes some sacrifice. These two children are inseparable and quite happy to be alone together. Not so long ago, their nurse gave Terese a small bantam cock and hen. I don't know what that is. She gave the cock to her sister at once. After dinner, every evening, Celine goes and catches the two birds, and then they're birds. And they sit together in the corner of the fireplace and play for hours. One morning, Terese decided to climb out on her own little bed and go and sleep in Celine's. Oh, they had a maid. When the maid, who was looking for her to dress her, found her there, the 1800s are odd. They used to dress people. You couldn't even get dressed on your own. I don't know, odd. Well, I guess you couldn't get dressed on your own. They pull the strings in the back. Not that good. All right, so she's in bed with her little sister, or actually the older sister, and there she found her. She put her arms around her sister and hugging her tight, she said, "Let me stay here, Louise. Can't you see we're just like the little white chickens? We must always be together." Oh, she's such a precious child. Anyway, night, night, pleasant dreams. That was me looking at the time.